if you're struggling with the job market right now, just know that I literally was offered a job, signed a legal contract, was told to quit my current job, was meted and greeted by the whole team, gotten coffee, so excited to have you next week. And then on my last day of my 2 weeks notice for the job that they told me to quit, I was told that the company did not have the funds to bring on a new person and they were rescinding my offer.
Just imagine this. You go through job applications, you keep applying for jobs, and then all of a sudden you got that one job. You go through the interview with them, and then you get offered a job. You're so excited, you're so happy about the job, you make plans for it, you're adjusting everything for it. And the worst part is if you even had to, put in your 2 weeks notice at the current job, that's if you're currently working, or if you're unemployed, then yeah. And then all of a sudden, then they take their offer back and give you some flimsy reasons and let you go, like just like that, before you even started working, before you started the job. Like, that is what is happening in today's job market. If you need to understand the example of what is happening in today's job market, this is what is happening to people. And I feel like this shit is very hurtful, and this is the reality of people. We're going to be checking out these videos, people actually getting offered a job and then them getting denied later before they even start the job. Before we get right into this video, please make sure you click the like button. It helps with the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Let's get right into this video.
Y'all want to hear a funny story? So I got the position, right? They said, congratulations, you got the position. Let's start your orientation Wednesday. Great. I get a call Tuesday from the boss, and he starts the conversation as, this is gonna be a lot harder for me than it is you. Which, when people say that, it's normally not harder for them. And he's like, do you want to come in today, or do you want me to just tell you over the phone? And I'm like, I mean, if you're just gonna tell me some news, like, just tell me over the phone. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? I'm supposed to start orientation tomorrow. He proceeds to hype me up just to yank me back down, okay? He's talking about something. Your resume was so impressive. Your energy was so perfect. We were all so excited for you to start here. You were the perfect candidate for this. All your qualities matched our position perfectly. Okay, great. So what's up? And then he said, I'm gonna be very open and honest with you because you seem like you would appreciate that, and you were very open and honest with me. And I'm like, okay. He proceeds to tell me, well, I'm sure you understand family's family. I'm like, where's this fucking going? Well, then he says, I got a call from my cousin last night, and he's having trouble keeping jobs, and he needs a job to pay for his bills. What about my bills? So I'm gonna give him the position instead, and I'm so sorry, this is so hard for me. If it makes you feel any better, he's not qualified and you are. What? Why would that make me feel better? Why would that make me feel better? So I just said, okay. He's like, is that all you have to say? What am I supposed to say to that? Like, that's so unprofessional. You already told me I had the job, and you're gonna put somebody in a position that's not even qualified for it. You were literally telling me how I needed to be able to deal with truck drivers, BOLs, and Excel, and I literally worked in all 3 of those. So at this point, I'm like, all right. Then he wants to say, can I give you some friendly advice, Lauren? Because I really appreciate your time, and I'm so sorry, and I'm so sad. I'm very upset, and this is very hard for me. Yeah, I'm sure it is. He wants to say, knowing people will get you a lot farther in life than knowing things. If you don't get the out of my phone with that BS, I had to put my frequencies on to tell the story, because what? Anyways, I know that's obviously a sign I'm not meant to be there, huh? More better things are coming, but that's just so... After the 200 applications I've already submitted and the 20 places I already went, that's so frustrating. But obviously I don't want to work at a company that treats me like that off the bat, because how are you going to tell me I got the job and then... Anyways, so I didn't get the job.
That is so unprofessional, and it is even kind of unbelievable. Like, because it's like, are you for real? You gave it to your cousin. You gave your cousin the job. Like, that's just ridiculous and painful. And this is the madness. This is the mess that people have to deal with in this job market.
So I'm really upset right now because I have been in like a 3-week process trying to get this marketing job, and on Monday they gave me the job, and I've been waiting for my contract this whole time. Like, it's Wednesday now, so it's been 2 days. I've been waiting for my contract, like, before I told my employers, luckily, because they've just given me a call and told me that they've rescinded the offer, and they don't need anyone anymore. It's like, why would you not have put plan, and, you know, why would you waste my time? I've told my friends, I've told my family. Like, thank goodness I didn't tell my employers, and thank goodness I waited for my contracts instead of telling them straight away like most people do, because imagine I had told them, then I don't have that job, and then they've just told me they're not giving me this job either. I'm just like, normally I don't like to cry on the camera, but I just want to warn people, because like I've never even heard of that happening before. So do be careful. Make sure you don't make any moves before you have everything down in writing, like I luckily did. But yeah, it's just ridiculous.
So I just got laid off on a random Wednesday from my job of over 2 years, and it's okay. I had honestly been looking for other roles. Funny enough, this morning actually, I had a Zoom with a company that I had 3 interviews with, and they wanted to Zoom me with an update. And I thought, oh, this could be an offer, right? Why would they reject me over a video call? So lo and behold, it was a rejection over video call, and they made sure to tell me that it was super, super close between me and one other person, and for no real reason, they went with the other person. And I was like, okay, I'm really bummed, but it's fine because I still have a job. And you know what? Only a few hours later, I no longer have that job. So with that being said, I'm taking this opportunity to pitch myself. If you are hiring in influencer marketing, content strategy, even social media strategy, I have over 6 years of experience working in a 9-to-5 role in both the fashion industry as well as beauty and wellness. And then I've been creating content on social media for over 10 years now. But I know so many people are dealing with this right now, so just know you are not alone, and happy Wednesday.
So I got a job offer rescinded today. Last week I was given a job offer for a job I was kind of interested in. I'll be honest with you, it didn't sound great, but it had promise. So before I get into that, a little bit about me. I have my benefits through another carrier on my own, so it's not like I would need their health, dental, or vision. So because of that, the offer they gave me financially was within their range, which was $20 to $25 an hour. They offered me 22, and I countered for 24 because you're not going to have to worry about paying the exorbitant amount of benefits for me as part of my benefits package. So on top of that, I noticed when they sent me what they were offering me, they were offering 1 week of vacation, 40 hours, after the 2-year mark. In my 3rd year, may I use it? So I'd have to go over 2 years without any time off. And when I mean no time off, you get 6 holidays a year, 6. And I kept thinking, I can't go 2 years without a break. I'm a goddamn adult, and I need to have doctor's appointments and take care of things normal adults do. I can't devote my entire life to a job like this. That's how I got sick in the first place, a place that wouldn't even let me go to a doctor's appointment. So the work-life balance fucking sucks. So I counter, thinking it's a reasonable counter offer. I'm within the range of pay, and I'm asking for 2 weeks vacation after the first year, which honestly, I understand if people don't get vacation, and I'm really sorry, but I am more on a professional level. So when you're offering me salary, I know I'm saying hourly, but they're offering me a straight salary. It wouldn't technically be hourly, but what I was asking for was still within their range that they were willing to pay. You can't expect somebody to go 2 years without a break. It's fucking ludicrous. So let me move over, and this was the lovely email I got today, which I wouldn't have even gotten if I didn't email him and ask, hey, did you think about my counteroffer? He said he was going to get back to me yesterday. He really pretty much ghosted me. And on top of everything, this job was a newly formed position that they didn't have any real idea how they wanted this job to go, which is usually a terrible sign. They don't know what they want, so they'll just expect the person to do everything. And on top of that, they expected everyone to eat lunch together every day. No, I want my hour or half hour away from my coworkers, thanks. And the other red flag I saw was there was no office desk space for this position. The only thing available was a reception desk. So in the past, when I've seen that and that has occurred, I've also ended up being the receptionist. Okay, so right here, 2 full years of employment starts day 1 of year 3. Also, you'll notice you never accrue anymore. Most companies, most good companies, you might get a year or a week after your first year. You'll get 2 after your second. You might build as you go. This is no incentive for somebody to stay. I was talking about this with someone and they said, yeah, the reason they probably do this is nobody stays past year 3 and they don't want to pay the PTO. So all in all, this company really showed its true colors. I'm actually thrilled they rescinded it. I do have 2 other offers I'm sifting through. So this one, it might have been the best choice, but now this just really isn't worth it. They sit there and they go, oh, no one wants to work. Well, nobody wants to work for shit like this. This isn't a benefits package. For me, not taking your health, dental, vision, there really isn't much other than the actual pay because I'm working for 2 years without a break. Eat the rich.
So companies are now hiring people with the explicit intent of laying them off, and literally nothing feels safe. I just saw a video of a girl who was day 2 of a new job, and she was called into HR, who she hadn't even met yet because it was her second day on the job, and told that her role had been impacted and that she was losing her job. On the second day, they then went on to tell her that this decision was being made during the time when they were extending her an offer, but they didn't want to withdraw the offer because they felt like that would have been wrong. However, when they hired her, like during her onboarding process, they were already aware that the shifts in the company were happening and that she was going to lose her job. I would rather you rescind the offer before I officially get started. Also, I don't know about this legally. If there are any employment attorneys, I would love to hear from you because they told her point blank on camera, we hired you knowing that we were going to lay you off immediately. So not only does the job market itself suck, even if you land a position, you have to be immediately concerned because they might have hired you just to lay you off.
Do you know how cruel it is for you to give people hope to get offered a job in this economy where jobs are very scarce, where your bills are actually increasing, your rent is so high, they're waiting for you to pay it, and all these other bills that you have on you that you have to pay, and then somebody just gives you this hope that you'll be able to afford those things, and all of a sudden they just snatch it away from you. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. Please don't forget to click the like button. It helps with the algorithm and I appreciate that so much. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.